All right, so GM, everyone. Okay. So first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Ricky, and I am the CEO and also founder of Paras Digital. We are the biggest NFT marketplace on Near Protocol. So today, this afternoon, I would like to discuss about what you guys, like all the projects, should do to thrive during the bear market, and one of the main focus is on the mass adoption. So yeah, a little bit about us. So for us, we believe that NFT is still in the early stage. We launched back in December 2020, so we've been in the space for quite a long time. So we've been in the bear market, we've been in the bull market, and our vision expanding the end game of NFTs and experimenting and researching NFTs is our main focus to see how we could bring and onboard the mainstream masses. In terms of numbers, we have 100K registered users, $25 million in trading volumes, 100K in average for monthly transactions, and in total we have 5 million in funding. All right, so let's talk about the bear market. So all of us might know that we are in the bear market. There are a lot of news, for example, a lot of coins have fallen 90% from all-time highs. DeFi TPL has gone down a bit, and also daily NFT volume. So not only DeFi, NFTs, but the whole crypto economy is like going down. So how can we overcome it? So what you do? From my perspective, as a project builder, as a builders that have been building in the crypto space and have the product since December 2020, there are two things that you can do. So the first one is to retain. You can focus on your users, activities instead of volumes. So in the bear market, not a lot of people have money. There are a lot of broken people. There are a lot of broke people in the crypto space. We don't have the luxury of the degens 500% APR at this time. So focusing on activities is much better than volumes. And the second is to attract, basically targeting the audience from the Web 2 world into the Web 3 world. So first, let's talk about how we could retain your users. So like I mentioned earlier, transactions, it's much better than volumes. So let's talk about the active users and retentions. There are two ways that you can do to attract more users, to give more engagement to your community. So the first one is by product. You can introduce new features, you can push innovative products, and there are a lot of more things that you can do with your products. So basically, you just need to build, and build, because this is bear market. You don't really have pressure from the community to build fast, to launch fast, but you need to build a really good solution for your community, for your users. And last is by the community. You can hold regular events and also rewards loyal members from your community. So these two ways are like what we did, what Paras did to make sure that we have active users and more and register and get retention from our users. So after this slide, I would like to basically talk about one of our programs that we launched. This is the examples of what I mentioned earlier on how we can innovate through the products to get more users. All right, so this is the new features. We just launched it back in September 5th. So earlier this year, it is a way to make sure that we could reward our loyal members, making sure that we have more and more users coming in and retain back to use Paras. Relatively easy. People can just stake their Paras token, and that's it. They will receive free NFTs every month. So this is one of the programs that we did to make sure that we have more user and active users to our ecosystem. So next, this is also another announcement that I would like to have here. I'm really excited to share it with you. So this is basically our new innovative product. It is called Paras Multiful Championship. It is basically a way to engage back with the community, where we partner up with the top NFT collection on the Near protocol, and we help them. We create a tournament. We created an event for all these top collections, and making sure that all these communities are working together, are basically finding each other, working with each other to make sure that they could win this championship and battling up. There are 8 NFT collections on there. Like most of them, they have more than 1 million in volumes. So these are big communities, and we're very happy to help them, to show them that which one is the best communities in the space. And yeah, so this is a quick trailer that we did And we're going to launch it earlier next year. It might take a while. It's going to be a game featuring 8 top NFT projects on the Near protocol. So I hope you guys that haven't tried Near protocol NFT to see it, to get it, and become part of the championship later on earlier next year. Right. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, that's about the way to engage with the community and to attract and get more retention from your current users. So next, I would like to talk about on how you could attract users from the Web2 world into the Web3 world. Let's bring the mass adoption into the industry. We are in the bear market. There's not a lot of liquidity, and we need to get more liquidity to get more users from the mainstream masses. And there are 2 ways. The first one is to make sure we have an easy onboarding process, which is easy on and off ramp to make sure that the users could buy and sell their cryptos, their NFT easily with their debit card, credit cards. Next is to make sure, like for example, NFT checkout is a thing right now. Like projects such as Crossmin enable users to buy and sell NFTs with credit card directly. And last but not least is to make sure that we all have a good, familiar user experience to our users. And for the next part is about the new verticals to make sure that you guys, all the builders here need to find more and more new niches out there and try to tap into big Web2 user base. For example, on Near protocol, we have this project called Sweatcoin. It is a Web2. It is a Web2 app, mobile app. It has 100 million users, and they migrate all their users into the Web3 world, which is right now around 15 million are already migrated, and the next will be coming in soon. So that's one big way to make sure that you could onboard the mainstream masses. So next on, I would like to share also with you what we have done to make sure that we could onboard the mainstream masses. For Paras, we are bidding on creating a digital comic. And why digital comic? Because it has 60 million online comic readers. It is bite-sized. It is better than novel. It is easier than movie, and it is much faster to build than a game. So comic, I think, is a great way to make sure that we could onboard the next millions people to the crypto space. It is also a good way for you, for all the projects here, to market and educate your users with the storyline, with the comics, and you can build it with us all together. This is one example of comic that we have built, that we have launched. It is basically a fantasy story, an action story, and it is what we are aiming to. This is what we are aiming to onboard to the Web3 world. This is the kind of style. This is the kind of fun NFT that we are hoping to do to make sure that we could onboard the next million people into the space. So the NFT comic, there are original comics where we build it like originally. We also partner up with great comics creators that basically has millions of followers, thousands, hundred thousands of followers, to make sure that they could onboard their followers from the Web2 to the Web3 world. And last but not least is to partner up. So we already partnered up with a couple games project to make sure that we could create a comic on top of their games. Their game might take like 6 months at least or a year to be built. So before they can be, before they launch and release their games, we need to make sure that they have engagement with the community, which is to create a comic and give more education and marketing to their communities. And that's what we do. That's what we did. So let's create your comic. So some of my team will be handling out some catalogs, some brochure, and also some chocolates to all of you guys. And if for all you builders here wanted to create a comic with us, a GameFi project, NFT project, we're very happy to support you. We're very happy to help you. Let's connect. Just shoot me up through email at comic@poras.id. Like right now, we have built 100+ comics, and we want to see a lot more bigger comics to make sure that we could collaborate all together, that we could onboard your users to our platform and and our users to your platform. So it's basically a mutually beneficial partnership between both of us. And again, once again, like I mentioned earlier, we are trying to onboard the next million users, and one of the key ways to do that is to launch a mobile app. So next week, we're going to have the Comic mobile app launching on the Android Play Store. So it is a good way for you to start building with us and start creating a Comic so we can launch it through our mobile app. So to summarize like everything that I just talked here, like the users is number one. It's obviously our number one priority. Like right now, Web3 is still in its early phase where the users rely heavily on the market situation. So if the market goes down, then the activities will go down, unlike, like the Web2 counterpart, where, for example, if the stock market goes down, the activities, the transactions, the market is still going up. So, we need to try to decouple the market and the product and the users. So the next also is to focus on user activities instead of volumes or TVL, because like user activity is real, which means that your products really solve their problems instead of focusing on TVL, which can be pumped and manipulated by certain parties. And last is let's bring the next billion people by experimenting with the new niches and verticals. I believe like for us we're betting on our Comic platform. For others, maybe you guys could believe in like films, movies, or like some other like NFT projects out there that could really tap into the mainstream adoption. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my presentation. I really hope we all could onboard the next billions people to the crypto world, and we really need it like right now. So thank you so much for being here. This is me, Ricky. You can shoot me up if you need anything else from me, Ricky at Paras.id. And don't forget, you guys can also check our marketplace at www.paras.id. We are currently the biggest NFT marketplace on here, and we'll be very happy to see all of you transacting, buying, and selling NFT here. So yeah, thank you so much.